Welcome to the C-Bin podcast, a show where artists and musicians with an axe to grind throw things deep into the abyss of the C-Bin. Transphobia, racism, ableism, anti-Semitism, sexism, and homophobia, it all gets dumped on the trash! How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the motherfucking C-Bin podcast. It's me, everyone's favourite big, voluptuous, delicious daddy, the Right Reverend of the Pentecostal Church of the C-Bin. Everyone's reliable, unreliable, big chungus. I've had some time off. I feel like every episode starts with me saying, I am having some time off, but I went on tour for a while, and I just was like, came home from tour, and I was like, I'm not funny anymore. I don't know how to talk anymore, man. I've lost it. I've lost my beans. My beans are gone. Where have they gone? I found my beans. Turns out the beans were just the friends we made along the way, and I needed to just grow up. But anyway, speaking of friends we made along the way, I got a guest here that hasn't been on the show since 2021. That's 2 years ago. I recently saw him blow my absolute ball bag over my fucking head like a swimming cap at MPF with Nosebleed. It's Mr. Ben Hannah. How's it going, buddy?
Alright, mate. How are you?
I'm very well. My balls have returned back to the regular elasticity after your set.
I was messaging you during your set, hoping that your phone was vibrating so that when you got off the stage, you'd be able to see that. I was like, oh my God, I was laughing at how good it was. You know, when something just goes bang and you're like, woohoo!
Yeah, we had a really wholesome moment where me and you were just sort of feather dusting each other's bum holes with compliments. Where I was like, "You were so good," and you were like, "No, you were so good." It was very wholesome. But no, you guys were. If you're listening and you weren't at MPF and you didn't see Nosebleed, you missed one of the quintessential rock and roll shows of all time. I'd say.
Really,
it was amazing. It was so
like
good.
Elvis.
Yeah.
Too kind.
Fuck that guy.
What's he ever done for anyone?
Yeah, who needs a sweaty paedophile in a jumpsuit when you can have Nosebleed, sweaty non-paedophiles in suits?
That's the best review we've ever had. Sweaty non-paedophiles from Leeds.
Sweaty suited rockers who definitely don't fuck kids, and that's not in like a air quotation. Definitely, I mean, like they definitely don't. This is.
Do you edit this? You should.
I probably should.
Right, fine.
Nah. All right. So
now we've cleared
it's
that
been a couple of years. Yeah. I want to just disclaimer. No one in Nosebleed has ever fucked a kid.
You're making it worse.
Put that out there. No,
sounds like you're going. My lawyer has told me.
Yeah, allegedly, I've heard. No, honestly, I was going to leave that in. Maybe I should cut that out. Nah, it's fine. Everyone knows you're not a nonce. It's fine. Your studio's looking swanky, man.
Yeah, I spent the end of last year. It's been quite quiet for recording because I've been doing a lot of live stuff. So I just bought loads of paint and had the intention of painting it, and then spent ages looking at where I was going to paint, and then a year went by. And
2 grey armchairs.
Yeah, someone kindly donated them to me.
It looks like a YouTuber's backdrop.
Oh, does it? I mean, I should do some YouTube videos, make a bit of, make a couple of quid.
I think you could.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, apart from re-swankifying your studio, what else have you been up to in the last couple of years?
It has literally been a lot of live engineering. Sort of, when COVID happened, I was working quite a lot on just like people's recordings when they were like mixing people that were going mad, essentially, and wanted to create music. But then when they came out of it, they had no money, and I had no money, and I was just like, I need to just start doing more live stuff. So I've just been doing a lot of live and gigging, which has been really fun, knackering, but very, very fun.
And this is the last sort of run, isn't it? We were talking about it, and Nosebleed are going to have a bit of a long snooze.
Yeah, well, Dickie's leaving, our drummer.
He's, fucking Dickie by name, Dickie by nature, am I right?
Yeah, he's leaving the country, so Yeah.
What a prick.
I mean, you can't really. There's nothing. We've thought about the options, but there's just too much satellite delay on live drums from abroad.
Could you not? You know how like ABBA and soon to be Kiss do like the hologram. Yeah. Could you not do that?
That sounds expensive. We should do a load-in where we just have a big glass screen that covers the entire stage pull it out the back of the Fiesta.
Be class. Imagine like how many fucking punks you're going to piss off with that though.
We don't have a van anymore. We've just got a Fiesta. We could sort of fit a tiny hologram in, like
just
Star
get a
Wars.
projector and a little screen. Get like a white bed sheet and just
make me cry. I think just looking at the same video of Dickie every night, not being able to interact with him. It's like nodding to him, going, "He's not acknowledging me."
Yeah, looking at a little 2D screen.
Yeah, we're gonna have a bit of a break at the end of the year. They have a year, I think. I don't know. I'm probably gonna write in that time, do other stuff. I don't think I could just not do anything for a year. I think I'd drive myself insane. But,
yeah, I want to see a triple album at the end of it all.
Oh. Might have a quadruple album.
Fuck me.
I've got two songs already.
Well, that's if you make them both 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
Then
the thing about it is, when we started, it was like we pop them out. Like we had this thing where we're saying if it's not written in 5 minutes, it's not going in. So if a song didn't get finished in 5 minutes, if we started the riff, someone joined in, and then we played the song, and then it's very formulaic what we do. Anyway, when we just get to the end of the song, and Elliot just sings in tongues, and it was like, that's why his songs always got, all right, okay, baby, yeah, we. the things that remain from the tongue speaking.
Yeah, it sort of stayed that way anyway.
When
I see you guys, all that sort of is, no, all right, oh yeah, woo,
all right. We don't deny it. It's just all that. Like every time we've been recording, we're like, next time we should really think about the lyrics, because we've used the word "all right" in almost every song, and then it comes along and we're just like, all right, it just works, Yeah,
it's funny, you know the band Zeke.
Yes, we're playing with them actually.
Likewise.
Without Dickie.
What's that, sorry?
It's like literally like the week after Dickie leaves, or 2 or 3 weeks after Dickie leaves the country. So we've got a surprise stand-in drummer, which is weird.
Well,
yeah, Zeke.
Me and Dave from Rash, Mr. Dave Decision, we always have this joke that all the Zeke songs are all about like the night, riding in the night, got my motorcycle in the night, devil in the night. It's all the same sort of thing. And Nosebleed could be that, but with like, I'm gonna dance with you, baby. Oh yeah,
the devil. Yeah, woo. I really just want to put it in AI and see what it comes up with. Just like put baby, devil, dancing.
Yeah, ChatGPT, write me a Nosebleed song and a Zeke song. We'll do a split.
Yeah, Zeke's bleed.
Zeke's bleed. Oh god.
No Zeke.
That sounds like a Finnish black metal band. We are Zeke's bleed.
Zeke's bleed. They found him dead.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
What's that? Sorry.
What band was that guy called? The singer was called Dead.
Oh, from Mayhem.
Yeah, when he went.
Yeah, he was a really gentle soul, blessed Dead, and then he blasted his noggin off, and Euronymous was like, "I'll have a bit of that."
They did a documentary, didn't they? Called As We Go Into the Night or something.
Until the Light Takes Us.
That's it. I saw that at the local art cinema. And
it seems like it's going to be cooler than it is. It's like quite boring.
Quite boring, but also really depressing. And the bit,
pretty bleak.
The bit that was bleak, and there was dead on the bed, and everyone was like, it was. You shouldn't laugh at it, but
yeah. Oh man,
he took a photo though, didn't he? Boop. Album cover.
He snapped a little picky, took a bit of his skull. Was like, I'll have a bit of that.
Use that for the album.
Lovely. Yeah, fucking get on it. Did you ever watch? He's not on there anymore. But Varg, the guy who killed Euronymous, he had a YouTube channel for a while. Varg Vikernes.
Varg Vikernes. I've heard. Was he in the film? It was a long time ago.
He was in Mayhem for a bit. He's got Bursum is his band, and he's the one who killed Euronymous, went to prison. Yeah, proper racist. He had a YouTube channel for a while, which was just him sort of being really weird and kooky, and then also racist.
Right.
It was like him doing like kung fu kicks in the woods and fixing a tank, and then being like, "Let me tell you why being white is so great." And it's like, I'll turn this off now. You've gone from being kooky to being horrible.
Oh.
He's not so much on there anymore.
I've not seen that YouTube channel. No. Does he have the backdrop like this, or is it the wood?
Yeah.
Is it just the woods?
No. It's just a cow, just the forest, a snowing forest. There's lots of meme compilations of him being a weirdo. But speaking of things that are fucking awful, shall we throw some things into the bin?
We should.
What do you want to kick things off with, Mr. Ben Hannah of Nosebleed fame?
Oh, so what happened is I just hadn't thought about it, and then I just had a few drinks last night and just wrote some things down that annoyed me around the time of
That's usually how it goes.
So, people clapping when the plane lands.
Right. So I'm guessing you got some experience with this.
I do, because Liz knows I hate it, and Liz is my wife, by the way, for the listeners. The Wiggles. She knows I hate it, and she's often the only one that's clapping. And last time it happened, I just like grabbed hold of her leg and was like, "Please don't, not this time." And she was like, "Yeah," but there was a lady who was sat next to her who was sleeping, and she jolted awake as if like the plane landing hadn't jolted awake, but she just like Liz was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Fuck."
To be fair, I've slept through a landing plane before.
I've never.
And it's quite jarring.
I don't sleep through the boop that tells you that you're about to land.
Oh, mate. I think I'd sleep through a plane crash.
In America, they just clap, or like just clap when you land. It's like a theatre show or something. But like, I guess it's better than it's supposed to land.
It's the job. Like we don't clap when like we get terminus on the bus stop.
No.
Like,
you say thank you. But you can't say thank you. Well, you know.
Yeah, so you say cheers, drive, but you can't like go. You got cheers, pile. Cheers, fly.
Yeah. It was just like, So it's mainly the embarrassment that I get when Liz tries to embarrass me. That is the thing that sort of is hovering over me, because it's not every flight where everyone claps. It's every flight where Liz is sat next to me, knowing how embarrassed I am when people clap. And she claps. And my soul escapes. My soul just leaves my body.
Actually throwing in
Liz.
People clapping when? Or are we just throwing in like your fucking wife embarrassing you in public?
I think it might be that, actually. Can we change it? Because she does another thing as well. She does another thing. Right?
Let's change it. Remix style.
My wife. I feel like Bernard Manning. Like
my wife.
Think about the wife.
You went Bernard Manning. I went Borat.
My wife. But there's another thing she does that is like there's two things that she does to try and embarrass me on purpose. One of them is that clapping on the plane, and the other one is when the certificate appears at the beginning of the cinema screening, and when it says the name of the film and the certificate.
Yeah.
She'll just go shout top of her lungs, "I thought we were here to see another film that was in that particular cinema at the time."
Oh, that's good though.
So when we went to see Barbie. Which I didn't know what I was in for. I thought it was just like going to be like a Disney type film. I hadn't done any research at all, but it was quite good. I enjoyed it. But then at the start, she just shouts at the top of her lungs, "I thought we were here to see Oppenheimer." And but she didn't do it every time. That one. So it's sometimes just the fear, the small fear.
That is good though. That is
good. The people next to her loved it. They were like, "You go, girl." That's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Guy. No, I'm not putting my wife in. I'm not putting my wife in. I'm not putting Liz in.
No, we never throw Liz in. But it's just getting embarrassed by a spouse or a partner.
It's what they do.
Or your friend.
Well, I don't really know what the thing I'm putting in the C bin is here, because I just put that people clapping.
Yeah. To be fair, when Swan Song went to Bulgaria. Recently, well, not recently. What was it, like fucking September? We like flew over, did a couple shows, and there was people clapping on that one. And
Why?
Nat from Swan Song and Nefer Masculata was just like was like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is this? Like, I had experienced it before, but she was just like, what the fuck? She was like angry.
That's the kind of vibes I have when it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, Liz only does it because she knows that I get annoyed when other people do it. So it does stem from the people, the mad people. I don't know if it just comes from an element of relief that they're still alive at the end of a plane journey. But
yeah, that's the thing. The only time that really happened to me before then was when I was flying to North Carolina and the plane proper fucked up as it was landing. Like, it came in wrong and like nearly landed in like it went like really close to the car park. And had to like almost go straight back up again and then like go to land again, and everyone was just like fucking white knuckle gripping it, and when we landed everyone was clapping, and I think that was just because they were like didn't know how to react. They were just like
I think we talked about that last time I was on when we did a go around in Spain with me and Andy Davies. And
I heard about this one.
Fucking didn't explain what was happening. It was just like, whoa, we'll go back up. And then they didn't talk for 15 minutes. So we were just going, oh my God.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
How are you in planes? Do you get scared during turbulence?
I just imagine I'm on a bus. Fine.
I just imagine I'm in jelly. Someone showed me once what turbulence is like by putting an airplane in a piece of jelly. Right. And it really helped.
Toy airplane, I see.
Yeah, not a real one. That would be well impressive. But imagine you're on an airplane and you're in jelly, and like when the jelly shakes, like the airplane's not shaking, everything is shaking. Like the air pressure is shaking everything. So you're safe, you're still suspended and you can't go anywhere. It's just that everything around you is moving. So now I'm just like, okay, I'm just in jelly and someone's wobbling me. So that helps me. Now I'm just like, yay!
Jelly!
Yeah! Wibbly wob wob! While everyone else is just like, oh God, it's running it this time!
No, I'm fine with flying. Elliot's not so good at flying. Well, he pretended he was good, and apparently the last trip he had on a plane was just atrocious. So he's now scared of flying. But maybe I need to tell him about the jelly.
Yeah, tell him about the jelly. If you're listening to this, jelly, mate. Just imagine you're in jelly.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Do you like jelly?
Do I like jelly?
Yeah.
I haven't had it for a while, but I don't think I'm averse to it. I used to make trifle with my grandma when I was a little kid. And
oh, bless.
Every time I have jelly, I just remember it. But, yeah.
I feel like jelly's one of them things you have a load when you're a kid, and then you like have a long sort of sabbatical from the jelly.
Like playing outside.
And then, and then all of a sudden you have jelly and you're just like, oh, I remember that. Yeah. But it's not as good. It's not very sweet jelly.
What colour jelly? Like the green one or the red one or the yellow one? There was never any other colours, were there?
I do like a red jelly. Like a red jelly.
I quite like the green one. Was that lime? Lime jelly.
It could be any green. It could be apple.
Green's a fruit.
Vegetable jelly. I'm sorry. All the tangents. Like, yeah, you like flying? You like jelly?
Yeah. I don't know how.
Have you seen those videos of Jonathan Frakes asking all those questions on the that TV show?
Which one's Jonathan Frakes?
He was Riker in Next Generation. Star Trek. And it's just him like, you ever go wandering? Yeah.
On a cold, on a hot summer's night. Yeah, I have seen that.
Yeah, exactly.
Ever gone into a car park and forgotten where you've parked your car?
Yeah, I love those. I'll just turn it to him on this fucking episode. It's been so long since I've recorded one. I'm just like, so tell me,
getting all your beans out.
Yeah, man, my beans. I've got my can of beans is swollen and ready for bust. No one wants to bust their beans, especially live on air.
You go for it, man. There's no judgment here.
So we need to make a decision. Are we throwing in the clapping, or are we throwing in getting embarrassed publicly?
I don't know. I think am I getting easily embarrassed? So there's other things like if I wave to if someone waves to someone that stood behind me, and I wave back to them, and then realise that they're waving to the person behind me, I get more morbidly embarrassed by stuff like that. So maybe I'm just getting really embarrassed by stupid things.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just
I would want to die, I think, if that happened.
You do what?
I think I'd want to die if that happened.
What, you waved to a stranger?
Yeah, I think I'd be like, okay, I'm going to run into the road.
It's not just me then. Okay.
No, I hate it. And also, like, because my eyesight ain't great, and sometimes I see people and I think they're people, but then they're not people, you know? Well, they're people, but they're not people I know.
Right.
They're not like some sort of like skinwalker. But I'm walk down the street and I'm like, oh, that's Andrew. And then I'm like, you're right, mate. And then I get closer and it ain't Andrew, and he doesn't even reply. And I'm like, oh, I wish I wasn't here.
Well, Liz, when she did the C-bin, she did prosopagnosia, didn't she? Because you can't recognise anyone at all. It's a condition she's got, and yeah. So I mean, it's just very much the same. But she manages to. She's the queen of being able to pretend that she knows someone, and to a point where she doesn't know them. They think that they're supposed to know her.
It's just very funny that Liz actually just doesn't know the fuck I am, and every time I've seen her, she's just been mad polite.
I think she can hear, like, as soon as you speak, she knows who you are. Like, if you've got a walk or a noticeable features.
Yeah. I got a noticeable feature. Big fucking head.
Right,
so what are we throwing in?
What are we throwing in?
Come on, man.
What do you think I'm throwing in here? Because I need some help.
Well, no, you need to make the decision. What's getting brought to the table here?
Am I throwing a spanner in your format?
I can't have, like, you know, I can't have a spoon and like one bowl of Frosties and one bowl of Cheerios. I need to know which one am I eating.
People clapping when the plane lands. The original.
It's going in.
Yes.
Listen for the splash. In it goes. It's just because it's like, come on now. I mean, yeah, it's impressive to fly a plane, but you've trained, you know? It's like it's really impressive to me when I see people doing like karate, but they've trained. Doesn't mean you're going to fucking clap every time someone does a karate chop. That's what I'm saying. One in the bin. Right.
Sweet.
Let's go. Next thing. What have you got for me?
It's clapping again.
This is the clap bin.
I hate when people
clap
me. So embarrassed. People clapping on the 1 and the 3.
Right, so what the fuck are you talking about?
There's a story to this. This studio that you can see behind me, that you hear behind me if you're listening,
that's a lovely thing.
I call this the Organ Works because there was an old organ factory behind my house, and it got knocked down in the early 1900s. But there's still organs made by J.J. Binns, who was the man that made the organs around the country. They called him Battleship Binns because he made such sturdy organs.
Battleship Binns?
Battleship Binns. And
that is the hardest name I've ever heard of.
He's a hard cunt. He would still be around.
Triple hard bastard.
265 years old.
Fucking Battleship Binns.
I found a directory of all his organs from the 1900s when I bought it, and
I just imagining like a catalogue of how big his fucking internal organs are. This is Battleship Binns, fucking fallopian tubes. I don't know if he had a fallopian tube, but maybe who knows.
Maybe. I mean, he's probably made his own. It's probably the only thing that remains of him is his own fallopian tube
in his organ factory.
Yeah, his ovary organs. But yeah, there is a point to this story. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Where was I? Oh yeah, so we found one that was in Nottingham Albert Hall, and I had a couple of days off, so I was like, we're going to Nottingham on Sunday, and I'm going to go see the famous J.J. Bin organ, and we're going to go through this directory and do a Torgan of all the organs that remain alive. So Nottingham was the most famous. We might have spaffed to like a biggest one. So anyway, we looked at the date and they were like, there's a Taylor Swift tribute on that night. So the only way to go and look at the organ is to go to the Taylor Swift tribute. So we went in. It was dropped 50 quid on the Taylor Swift tribute. And I went in, I was like, I'm ready to see the organ. And the fucking stage and the backdrop was covering the organ. So we go in like the very tips of the pipe. I'm like, I can't really go out now and say I want my money back because I can't see the organ. So me and Liz sat through this Taylor Swift thing with literally thousands of screaming children. And the lady in front of me was clapping on the 1 and the 3 all the way through the fucking show.
Oh my God.
I just can't. And I was laughing with Liz. I was like, oh, she's a drummer, so she was like, oh, yeah, she's clapping on the 1 and the 3. I don't know if it's just me being a music snob, maybe, but like it probably is. She was having a nice time, but I was just like, I can't even do that if I tried to do that. Like,
yeah.
Who claps on the kick?
If you counted me now, I think I'd find it difficult to do that.
I think it's actually probably either she was doing it like she's really, really good at music. It was like, I know the rules, I can break the rules.
What if she started clapping polyrhythmically?
Oh, then. Yeah, go for it. It would have been worth paying £50 if she was doing polyrhythms where I could see the tips of the organ behind.
I just fucking love the idea of paying that much to see an organ.
Well, I mean, we were there, and there was. I mean, it turns out like Carol Hodge and Jess Silk were playing down the road, so we could have just gone, fuck it, let's go to a DIY show. But we did nip down to that after because
£50 for a tribute band.
Yeah,
is mental.
I'll show you. I mean, I don't know if it'll. I mean, I can't. This is what we could see of the organ. I don't know if this will show up.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm seeing just 3 little pipes.
Just tip of a pipe. So yeah,
and not the one you'd be excited about seeing behind a backdrop.
I might phone ahead next time. Find out what's on.
Hey.
Rather than booking a hotel, going to the venue, going, oh, we have to go in. It's going to cost us $50.
I'd really like to see this massive organ. Sorry, mate. There's going to be a Robbie Williams is playing that night.
It's cash only as well.
Yeah, fuck it. Cash only?
I had to dip into the petrol money that I've been storing in my wallet from gigs.
Yeah. Like, I'm all for cash as king, but I think if you're charging £50 and you wanted to pay on cash, that's too much cash.
I had it. I only did because I don't use it anymore.
Yeah, when you work in retail, I don't know if you ever worked in retail, but like you can only have so much cash in the till at a certain time. You've got to do your cash lifts and stuff. Imagine what's the limit on the fucking cash limit for that place? It must be honking. How big's the till?
I don't think there was a till. I think it was all going somewhere.
They
didn't give me a ticket.
Bumbo.
They wrote our seat numbers on a scrap of paper and said, "Take that in." I was like,
"Fuck me."
Sharpie and paper, you.
You could have written your own ticket.
Yeah, no, I could have done. I didn't know that was going to be the method, though, did I?
Yeah. Fucking, yeah. Clapping on the
one.
I feel like, once again, this is more of annoyance of people hiding organs from you.
No, it's the thing. It's the thing that's been bothering me for some time. There's people clapping on the kick, not the snare. Sorry, I'm just pouring myself a gin and tonic.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
Oh,
2,
stop it. I mean, like, everyone knows it's even if you don't know anything about music, it's you don't fucking go, I can't do it.
But surely between the two of you could have had a full click track going.
Like a Spanish club.
Yeah, if you're clicking on the 2 and the 4, and she's on the 1 and the 3, it could have been like you playing a show and just literally hearing.
You laugh, but I was tapping some polyrhythms out on Liz's shoulder while she was doing it.
You know, secret little hidden bin just for me, since we're talking about clapping. You know what I fucking hate? You ever watch like a TV show and there's like a live musical performance and they always have the audience to clap along?
Yeah.
Hate that. I fucking hate that. Like you're watching like it'll be like Ant and Dec Saturday Night Takeaway or something, and then all of a sudden someone starts playing a song and then everyone in the crowd has to like clap.
You're doing that on the 1 and 3?
You just hear clapping.
I think you're doing that on the 1 and 3. Yeah, there's clearly a man with a mouthpiece and headphones on, like with the words "clap" written on a bit of card on those things.
Yeah,
but
got it.
Not one that says "don't clap" on the 1 and 3.
Yeah, maybe we should just fucking put this in, just clapping out off beat. Going to a show, clapping off beat.
But there is a sort of gang mentality as well, like at festivals. If there's ever a band you're watching and there's a bit where they're doing a kick drum, and it's straight, the whole crowd always ends up out of time, and I don't know how it happens. It's just I don't know how. It's just how is it something to do with like the delay from the speakers to the back? I don't know.
Maybe I saw this thing once. I think it was on Mythbusters, and it was like a big bridge, and they like programmed a bunch of things to walk, like metronomes to walk in time on the bridge, and eventually they just kind of knocked themselves out, and then like the bridge would collapse.
Yeah.
Like, so even if you're all in sync, eventually you're gonna like knock yourself out, like just with like inertia or I don't know, and then you fucking. So maybe that's just programmed in our brains to fucking just fail at things like that.
That was on. That happened at the Millennium Bridge, didn't it? It started wobbling.
Yeah.
The people walking found the resonant frequency of the bridge, and it was just like they all just ended up going, "Oh my fucking god, what's going on?" They didn't go, "Stop walking, just stop." The bridge was stop. Fucking grab onto something. And they went, "Wee!"
Yahoo! So I think people just clapping like a silly dickhead. Should we just do that?
I can't. I don't think I can throw that in because I mean it's quite standard practice clapping.
Yeah. Well, okay. Clapping on the 1 and the 3.
That's so. Yeah, that makes me a snob, doesn't it? I don't think you should throw it in.
Well, no.
Just for equality.
I'm happy to sort of generalise it, but
clapping on the 2 and the 4 is fun.
That
brings people joy. Go, wow. Oh, what a sound! But
yeah, that's very.
No, I can't do it.
Fucking take. That's kind of like Take On Me.
When you hear the beginning of Take On Me, you can't resist clapping on the 2 and the 4.
Yeah, and Take On Me is class. So
what we throwing? I mean, I should have probably thought about it more before I came on because I don't really know what I'm throwing in when I do these. I'm doing these.
It's we'll chuck it in anyway because I'm feeling generous. Listen for the splash, in it goes.
You're being very easy today.
Right. Oh man,
it's all the beans.
It's all the beans, man. It's loosening me up.
You put something in that bin.
Made me suggestible and all that business. So yeah, thank you to all my Patreons for supporting, especially considering there's been an episode for a good while. The fact that you stick around. I really appreciate it. There's an episode that's just been uploaded just to the Patreon, so if you fancy joining up and listening to a little extra episode, it's on there. I'm going to try really hard to upload more. It's just fucking, it's hard, isn't it? I can't even do an episode a week, let alone fucking extra business, but I'm doing my best. And that's all that matters. You try really hard, and that's it. So thank you to my I haven't got my list in front of me because I've moved my desk around, but you know who you are. Cheers. And I have a special sponsor for this episode. So today's episode is sponsored by We Are Here Festival. We Are Here Festival is an all-dayer in Leadworks in Plymouth, hosting 10 bands over 2 stages. Bands include Creep Cave, Fearless Women, Leonard the Zombies, the Other Woman Band, Leah May, Wags to Witches, the Cinetones, Mamatokus, the Maisonettes, and the headliners are Tummy Ache. We Are Here Festival is a celebration of the queer community and unrepresented genders in music, as most of the musicians, crew, organisers and volunteers are women, non-binary and trans. There will be a stocked bar and food served all day, plenty of merch from all the bands, and limited edition We Are Here Fest t-shirts for sale, and artwork and patches made by local queer artists. I'll be there recording C-bins all throughout the day and just hanging around and stuff like that. So if you come and see me and tell me what you hate and I'll put it in the bin. Tickets are about £15 full price, pay as you feel option about £7.50. So if you want to come to the show in Plymouth, if you can get make your way down, the show is on the... Hold on. It is on let me pull up my thing here, the 11th of May. So we've got a couple of weeks. If you fancy coming down to Plymouth and supporting some unrepresented genders and just having a fucking great old time and rocking and rolling, I'm going to put a link on the social medias, or just go to We Are Here Fest online, find a ticket, buy it. They're supporting this show this week. So cheers to We Are Here Fest. Right. So
I mean, I listened very, very, very. I listened quite well to that, but the only thing that was just playing around in my head is that there's a band called Wags to Witches all the way through. Is that? Would you say Wags to Witches?
Wags to Witches,
brilliant name, that. What the fuck?
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, I'll have to check them out. Good name.
I would.
Always
highly recommend. I'm going to get Max, the bass player, on the show in a few weeks, hopefully, because they are fucking class. Right, so I went on Reddit. I was trying to think of things we could chat about in this little middle section before we continue on the binage. And I went on Reddit and I found this subreddit. It's like a versus Reddit, like who would win in a fight subreddit, where people just put their ideas. And I thought I'd run some by you and we can sort of discuss it. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, we'll go for it.
Right, so Jesus Christ himself runs for president. What would need to happen for the other guy to somehow win? Like, what do you think would need to happen for Jesus to lose a presidential election?
This is bringing up the question of whether he was actually just a magician, just a really good magician. Like,
yeah, David Blaine.
David Blaine, yeah, he can tell water to wine. He can feed a lot of people with not much food. Yeah, probably.
He can present like 3 gallons of water from his tummy.
Do you think it's just going to be Jesus doing miracles and then David Blaine performing magic tricks as a sort of tribute to miracles? You know, that's probably what it should be. Like, the whole thing should be just like David Blaine doing the tribute to the miracle and Jesus doing the actual miracle. He goes, well, I could do that.
But people like David Blaine better because he once buried himself in ice.
Yeah, he did.
Like, I know that guy.
Jesus didn't do that because he'd have to go a long way away from where he lived to get hold of some ice.
Jesus Christ, frozen in time.
He came back to life, though. That's the thing. David Blaine came back to life, probably. I don't know. Probably. Yeah, I'm sure let's just say David Blaine, not David Copperfield.
Yeah, it'd have to be David Blaine.
David Copperfield's too
saccharine.
What
about Chris Angel, the Mind Freak?
Is what? Chris Angel?
The Mind Freak.
From Fast Show, was that?
No, he's like the emo David Blaine, like the goth David Blaine.
All right, who am I thinking of from Fast Show?
I don't know.
Follow that up another time. Dave Angel. Right. It was Dave Angel, wasn't it?
Dave Angel. Right, this one's going to be me versus you, all right? You can control all animals in the world except insects, and I can control any human I want. Who will successfully eliminate the other one first?
What was that again? I control everyone but insects.
You control all the animals apart from insects, and I control all people.
Life than people, though, isn't there?
Yeah, but my ones can hold baseball bats.
Yeah, but you can't fend off a swarm of eagles with baseball bats, can you?
I can with everyone on Earth.
You have to spin pretty fast.
How many eagles are there left?
How many baseball bats are there?
Fucking 5?
There's not one baseball bat per person in the world, is there?
There must be.
They've not.
At least in my
supply
vicinity.
and demand, mate.
Well, I got cricket bats, I got golf clubs, I got chainsaws.
I thought you control all sorts. So the people are allowed any weapon they want.
I can make them pick up. I could be like, look, mate, arm yourselves.
Can they nuke up? If they can nuke up, we're all fucked. So I think,
I mean, probably.
Oh shit. Well, you know the answer then, don't you?
I don't care how. I'm not going to drop a nuke on you if I can just have someone whap you with a fucking rounder's bat.
Yeah, but then as soon as you kill off all the things, then you're killing off yourself because you need the things.
I don't think I'd kill off all the animals before I finally got to you. I think it'd probably be a couple of gorillas, and then I'd be like right on your tail. Yeah,
but I could always throw another animal in front of me. Like, you think you're down the last one? Horse, powerful horse.
Oh fuck!
Powerful horse charging at you.
Oh man, well, is anything scarier than a fucking horse running at you?
I've just got this image of you like sort of Moses parting the Red Sea. But instead of the Red Sea, it's just loads of people rotating with cricket bats. Not even swinging them, just like holding them out and spinning like Tasmanian Devil.
and then just like a herd of wild stallions just running down the split people ocean.
As they get hit by the bats.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the world's worst car wash for horses.
Yeah, I'm just imagining it like a modern day, in Lord of the Rings when the riders of Rohan ride on to Minas Tirith. And you got that and then it's
like a willycopter.
So you reckon? Do you reckon I'd get you? I think I would.
Yeah, let's say yes, because I don't think we're going to get down to a real answer. A thwacking.
I think you'd have a good. I think we'd have a gory battle that would last for the ages. You know.
I think it'd just be me and you going, I cannot believe I just saw a horse do that.
Mate, that's mental. I cannot believe I just saw a horse pick up a fucking baseball bat from someone's hand.
Opposable thumb horse.
This one's going to be a good one. 5 MMA champions are trying to kill you, right?
They've won.
Like 5 John Wicks or something, but without guns. You need to choose 5 historical figures to protect you against these guys.
You said 5 MMA and then came up with John Wick. The MMA?
Well, I'm just thinking, I'm sure John Wick could do MMA.
I've never seen John Wick. There's a fan theory that it's something to do with the Matrix. I know that, but
yeah, he's an hard cunt. But let's say 5 fucking Brock Lesnar's are after you.
Conor McGregor's.
Yeah.
Who do I pick?
5 historical figures. Yeah. 5 historical figures to protect you.
I reckon. I'm really bad at people. I'm just trying to think of people. Historical figures. Who's hard as fuck?
Yeah.
Who's hard as fuck?
I'm gonna Google.
Vinnie Jones. I reckon he'd do all right. and he used to play for Leeds, so he's kind of a bonus. He just grabbed the balls of them all, squeeze them, and pull them off, like a grape off a vine.
Oh. I'm looking at the biggest badasses in history.
Who have we got? I need some inspiration.
One of them's called Hugh Glass, which is quite funny because that's quite close to Hugh Jass.
What did he do?
Genghis Khan. He's pretty hard.
Wouldn't he? Do you get his elephants with him?
I thought that was Hannibal, wasn't it? He was one he had out. Was it?
Oh, my history's terrible. I thought Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan.
What did he have?
No, he just had horses and loads of warriors and shit. Yeah, Attila the Hun. He's a hard cunt.
Mm.
Oh, Daniel Inouye.
I don't know who that is.
It looks like a soldier of some description. Apparently, Teddy Roosevelt was really hard.
Really? Teddy
apparently
Roosevelt.
He was tough as nails. Yeah, Theodore Roosevelt was hard as fuck. Apparently.
Oh, maybe I'll have him. I don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe I need to start putting people in my corner because I don't know any. I don't really know anyone that could beat the fuck out of anyone.
Hold on, this one looks really interesting.
There was one called David Courtney, wasn't he? He was a London gangster.
Oh yeah, he was hard. What about who's that? Who's that guy that fucking Tom Hardy played?
Oh, Bronson.
Yeah,
That's great, that film. Yeah, Bronson. He didn't beat people up unless they were criminals themselves, though, did he?
Yeah, Bruce Lee, he's hard. This guy, Michael Malloy. Michael Malloy was a homeless alcoholic man. 5 men took out life insurance policies on him and tried to get him to drink himself to death by giving him unlimited credit at the bar that one of them owned. It wasn't working fast enough, so he started putting antifreeze in his drink and turpentine, then horse tranquilizer, and finally rat poison, but none of them could kill him.
Well, rat poison just thins your blood, doesn't it?
Yeah. The men tried feeding him raw oysters with wood alcohol and poisoned spoiled sardine sandwiches. Nothing worked. Waited for him to pass out drunk. Dragged his body out to minus 26 degrees night and left him there to sleep. Pouring 20 litres of water in for good measure. The next day he came back into the bar and ordered another drink.
I'll have him.
They ran him over with a car at 17 miles an hour, hospitalised him for a few weeks, but didn't kill him.
That's mad.
Guy was hard as cunt. Yeah,
he's got a stomach of steel as well. What about Ned Kelly, the Australian dude that made his own armour and just walked into loads of people firing guns? He just escaped prison in armour he'd knocked together. I'd have him.
Shit.
He could just
survive
all the kicks, just make people break their feet.
I think we got a pretty good roster.
Yeah, I reckon so.
I of hard cunts.
I wouldn't know how to approach them to ask them, though, because I'm really fucking timid when it comes to that. Do you mind? Excuse me, Ned Kelly.
Hello, sir.
I can't fight. Can you fight for me instead?
Hi there, Genghis Khan. I know you can't understand me because you're speaking ancient Mongolian, and you. But like, do you know who Conor McGregor
is? Yeah, he's the one that walks like that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Conor McGregor's just like, who's this fucking guy over here? That was a terrible.
He's Jamaican.
Just turned into like fucking. It sounded like fucking Joe Pesci. Jim, cut that out.
Yeah.
That sounded like it started off like him and then turned into Joe Pesci. All right, one more and then we'll get bin in. All right, who would win in a fight between, let's say, another like MMA, the world's hardest MMA fighter, and just a regular guy with a samurai sword? Who'd win?
Samurai sword's gonna win, isn't it? They're pretty sharp. They're problematic.
Famously, yeah.
I mean, yeah. And I don't know, actually, because some of the MMA people, because it's mixed martial arts, they train against people that have swords and, like, you know, kendo sticks and stuff like that. So maybe, if you got the right MMA fighter, you'd be able to do it without being the guy on Monty Python on the floor going, come on, I'll bite your legs.
Just the Black Knight. Right. Shall we throw some more things in the bin?
Yeah, hang on, I've got my list. It has loads of stuff on it, but... so... It's down to two things, but I think it might be one thing. I put AI Crab Jesus. Or AI.
Who is AI Crab Jesus?
So recently, there's loads of AI bots that are going around social media, and the algorithm is picking up which posts are being most successful, and then the AI comes back with another post to make it more successful based on the last one it did. But it turns out the people that were liking it and commenting were also AI. And this original post was like this kid who had built like a Jesus out of like plastic bottles and stuff, but it wasn't real. It was all AI generated. And the post then evolved and evolved and evolved. So AI was the only thing talking to itself, and eventually it ended up being this picture of Jesus being with crab claws and legs, being worshipped by crabs, and the Jesus is coming. The Jesus is coming out of the sea.
Is it this
it
picture?
Is that picture? Yeah. that was the logical conclusion about. It gets it got weirder and weirder, but that was basically AI dreaming. But I don't think anyone exists anymore. Like my Facebook is, I think that was the lobster one. Is that, I can't really see, it's not focused.
Yeah, that's like shrimp Jesus.
But apparently that is the most wanted thing by these robots that we call a danger to our jobs.
It's just
feed them crabs and Jesus, you'll be fine. It'll go away.
I have to listen to a lot of AI, and the last few days I've actually had more AI stuff to listen to than I normally would have. It's getting quite troubling.
What do you mean you have to listen to AI?
I work in moderation for music distribution.
Right, okay.
So whenever someone like uploads music to Spotify through it's a company called Root Note, and they distribute music. You can upload it and then, blah, blah, blah. So whenever it gets uploaded, I have to listen to it, and all the other moderators have to listen to it to make sure it's not like copyright, scam, blah, 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 and hate speech, get a lot of that. But I get increasingly more AI generated stuff. That's some of it is like secretly AI, like they're not like pretending that it's real, and some of it's like, this is EDM produced by AI, and we're gonna, who needs to be a DJ when you can let the computer write it out, and it's like really fucking scary. There was one today which took me like into the last minute to figure out it was AI, because there's like been this new trend of like
studio, isn't it?
People making songs that sound like it was made in the 1950s over AI, and then like creating album covers and stuff. So it's like hard to trace because you think they've just like pulled some vinyl from some charity shop and like ripped it and uploaded it. And it took me ages to figure out that it was actually not real. And the only way you can really tell sometimes is by the lyrics, because the lyrics are so obviously not real.
They just don't scan very well, do they? But it's gonna be a matter of time before we're not gonna know. Because there's that Yu-Gi-Oh app, and I mean, as much as I hate it, I've sort of been playing with it to see how like actually real it could be, just for a bit, like writing silly songs and sending them to people as jokes. But then actually I'm just feeding the machine by doing that, and then it's just getting better because the ones I downloaded are obviously the ones that work. Yeah, but this is a thing as well. Like if I'm doing music production for a living, and then all you have to do is record something like, you know, a small idea, and then it changes it into a full song. I mean, I was listening to that on the Yu-Gi-Oh thing. Some of the performances on it, like the tones of the vocals, are fucking. Yeah, that's a good take. Well done. But it's never been a real person.
Get a lot of people doing like covers of songs, but as cartoon characters. Sometimes it's really good. Yeah, like it'd be like Plankton from SpongeBob singing Adele, and it's like hearing Plankton sing in like a really emotional way. It's like, oh shit,
it's funny. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's when people start passing things off. Because that Yu-Gi-Oh software, it's free at the moment, but it basically is like Spotify. If you write a good, if AI creates a good song, you can click publish, and then it'll publish it on this app. So you can just basically listen to songs all day that were never touched by a human. The only thing that we ever, mad. I wouldn't. I mean,
yeah. I mean, there's so much to be said about. It's like AI art and, you know, all this stuff. It's all fucking horrible and horrifying and shit. I mean, but you think, oh well, you know, it's still hard to tell and still kind of like it's not as good. But then you look at what AI was like a year ago, and what it is now. It's like, oh shit! I just typed into ChatGPT, write me a Nosebleed song.
All right, baby. All right, okay. Dancing.
I think he just wrote me a song about having a nosebleed. It's nosebleed, oh nosebleed, a crimson cascade, a heart stampede, a tangled mess, a desperate need. Nosebleed, oh nosebleed, let me be freed.
It sounds like a song you've written, a love song you've written to my band.
Yeah. Memories flood, emotions surge, a tempest within, a silent dirge. Each drop a tale, a whispered urge, a crimson river, a silent verge.
This is actually what you said to me after that set at MPF.
Yeah, I was talking about. I was like, oh, good. Let me explain to you exactly what happened to me.
A crimson surge.
Yeah, a violent verge.
Yeah. I guess if you want if you completely stuck and music's your job and you're going like, I just need an inch of inspiration from something that isn't someone else's work, then taking a second to just go, oh, that chord sequence in this tiny bit of thing that was written by AI, because that's all you're doing anyway as a musician now. You're only taking inspiration from other people's work that's happened before you. No one's truly original anymore. And that's all that AI is doing, I guess. It's taking stuff that already exists and rehashing it, which is basically what we're doing anyway. But it's I mean, the art of it is doing it without thinking, without having the aid of the machine.
But I think also we have the ability to properly credit where we get our inspirations from, where AI just kind of pilfers. I think the AI conversation is one that could go on for a while, and there's so many it can be contentious. So I think what I'm going to say is AI Crab Jesus most certainly can go in because it's already horrifying. In yeah, he lives there, but I mean he's preaching from the shore, and I'm going to get him deep into the abyss of the ocean.
I think it's going to kill itself, isn't it? Sorry, you do the splash.
Listen, there it goes.
Yeah, the thing.
Oh man,
I think it's going to kill itself. The way that's turned out is that AI has gone into some sort of dementia mode now, where it's like it's losing its mind and it's turning Jesus into crabs. So it's just gonna turn into, because if it's teaching itself, the machine learning is the machine teaching itself, and
I've made a poem
Did you make a poem or did you do it on AI?
AI made me a poem.
Probably credit.
In the depths of ocean's sway, where corals bloom and waters play, there dwells a figure mysterious and bright, Crab Jesus, a beacon in the night. With pincers raised and shells divine, he walks the seabed's ancient line, a saviour to creatures below, in depths where only shadows grow.
That's pretty good. Oh shit! We're gonna lose our jobs.
I probably couldn't write a poem about Crab Jesus that was so touching.
I shed a tear. Shed a tear. Right,
last bin. Hit me with your last bin.
This isn't anything to do.
I'm gonna loosen my belt.
You do that. Let yourself out. I don't want to trap nerves.
Let my gut hang.
That's what I do. I end up standing up and realising I've lost all sensation in my leg. Sub drops.
Oh dear.
Sub drops. Boom. Oh.
Yeah.
More specifically, bands that do it every fucking verse live or every 4 bars. Boom. It's just the thing. I've been doing a lot of sound for a lot of metalcore bands. And can we test the sub drop, please? Boom. Rattles the walls, and it's like, oh yeah, that's really cool. And then after about the 6th one, the first verse of the first song, I'm like, well, it's boring.
You should swap a sub drop for an air horn.
Just not even a real air horn, just the sound of someone doing an air horn.
Have you ever watched Futurama?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I've just started.
There's like an episode where. Yeah, there's like an episode where they'd see what it would be like if Bender was human, and he like becomes this like massive blob of gluttony, and every time they move him, the air escapes from his fats, and he goes woo, and that's exactly what you sounded like. I just needed to get that out of the system.
But sub drops. What do you think of the sub drops? Have you been around a band that's done a sub drop or done too many sub drops?
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this, buddy, buckaroo. I've been in a band that's done the sub drops.
Oh, really?
Not live, but on record.
Just hide them.
And I have done, and I have been. Now I think about it, I have been in one that's done it live as well. But we had a full program symphony also through the PA, so sub drops were just included in that orchestra.
Symphony of sub drops.
Yeah, I used to think they were so cool. But then I've never really heard one live that I actually like could tell that made much of a difference.
It does. It does make a difference if it's like you're right at the climax of your set, and then there's been a big build up to this moment, and then all of a sudden it's boom, and it's like bang. You know, you don't set fireworks off all the way through your set, do you? I went to see Paul McCartney at Glastonbury, and I was bored for 3 hours.
Was he dropping subs?
Sub drops McCartney. Boom. Drop the sub. Oh, it was a bad impression. But he didn't use any pyros for the whole set, and then he did Live and Let Die, and it was like he had used the entire budget for all pyro at the whole festival for one song. And it's like, fucking hell, he's going to go on fire. It's like fucking nuts. It was just fire everywhere.
Well, it's like the only song he's got that's got any beans to it. So
totally.
You can't have fucking fire going through Blackbird, can he?
Oh, you could. Boom.
Like Rammstein, fucking with Paul McCartney in front of it.
Yeah, like stuff like that. You need to use reserved. But if as a bassist, like I hear what happens to the bass after sub drops happen, and you've used all that bottom end,
gets cut off, mate.
Ding 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 ding.
You neutered the bass.
You've given the bottom end away to some mystery man on an SPD.
To some drummer with one electric drum pad.
When were you using sub drops? Which band was this?
Mate, I'm like opening myself up to some embarrassment here. But I'm not embarrassed because I am proud of this album. I just sound weird when you listen to it. But like my first proper band before I was in Rash Decision was called The Bad Channels. We were sort of like
The Bad Channels.
The Bad Channels. We were like stoner rock meets kind of like metallic hard, not metalcore, but like kind of metallic hardcore. So we were like stoner rock, but had sort of kind of breaky down bits. And on the album, we had a few reverse cymbals and a few sub drop bits. Yeah, exactly. And I recorded this when I was like barely 18, so my voice is really high, and I wanted to be like Chris Cornell. So every song's like, yeah.
Chris Cornell has his porridge throat man nonsense moments though as well, doesn't he?
He does. Porridge throat
man nonsense.
Like wobbling. He's not as bad as fucking Mr. Vedder though.
Seen Puddle of Mud doing that Nirvana cover. Yeah, that's another porridge throat man nonsense band.
Porridge throat. It's such a horrible visual.
You know what it sounds like though. You know the bands.
I know exactly. I know exactly.
Your Nickelbacks, your Pearl Jams, your Puddle of Muds. I am mixing some awful bands with some decent bands there to rile up the masses.
Where was the decent band in that one?
Some people like Pearl Jam, don't they? I don't think you could put Pearl Jam in with Nickelback. Not typically.
Yeah, some people are fucking dickheads, aren't they?
I don't think Pearl Jam are good.
No, I agree.
Porridge. Porridge.
Porridge, man. It's good today. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, sub drops. When Korn used a sub drop in the beginning of fucking Blind.
Well, the thing about, I mean, they have a bit of an undertone of industrial metal going on with Korn, like in some of the later stuff. I guess it is new metal, but there is a kind of dark gothic side to their production. So they're allowed to do stuff like that, and they did that thing with Skrillex as well, didn't they? For a bit. Yeah, they're embracing the electronic.
But I remember seeing Korn, and when they open with Blind, and they got the going, and then like as soon as like he goes doo 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 doo, like they got the drummer hit like a big sub, like boom, and I was like, oh god, this is really good. So like. I take it back what I said then. I did hear one good sub drop with Korn, but I know all the other sub drops I've heard have just been like you just hear like. Boosh.
You got to have a good PA.
Yeah.
The one that I work on in Leeds at Key Club has got some tasty subs, and when people do it, I'm like,
yeah.
Oof. In soundcheck, I'm fuff, and then by the time they've done it, every song, I'm like, pack it in, lads. It's boring now. You've had your fun. Stop rattling the room. Maintenance costs.
What if they left it into the very last note of the set?
Thank you very much. Boo!
But it's the the trailer sound like the
THX one.
Yeah. You just sounded like someone who was really interested in something and then like
decided to turn away.
Got really excited.
It sounds good through this microphone. When you get the recording, you'll hear the bottom end that was coming from that bit.
Oh mate.
But yeah.
Any excuse to hear your bottom end, I'm laughing.
Yeah, the THX thing at the end of a set would be very good. Just leave it to the end. Full Dolby 5.1 all the way around the room.
There's a Mastodon song which uses it at the beginning of their song. I think it's called is it Creature Lives? Yeah, Creature Lives. They have that THX sound kind of like going like oscillating up and down for a while. It's quite good.
They're one of the bands that I've never really listened to, but everyone always talks about them.
Yeah, give them a tickle. I think sub drops. Underused here and there.
Used correctly.
Fine. Every change from verse to chorus or middle eight, every breakdown, too much.
A lot of it.
You know.
And there's some bands that just have they've bought an SPD just for that. They've just got just do it into the mic, just go work on your range.
Oh, imagine a sub drop bit is Tim Allen from Home like
Just reverse it so it sounds like a sub drop. So it's that's not actually Tim Allen's voice, though, is it?
It's got to be.
You'd fact checking.
I'm gonna just.
How many blunts?
Oh fucking hell! I've got Snoop Dogg on my thing.
Speaking of not weird mouth noises, at MPF, I was explaining what a Wilhelm scream was to people, and I'd had a few drinks, and then I was like, "You've heard of the Wilhelm scream, haven't you?" And the band, no, the Wilhelm scream, the sound, the Foley, the bit from you know the Wilhelm scream, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
That one, yeah.
That was really good.
I've got really good at it, trying to explain it to people. And I was just walking around MPF screaming at people going, "What's this? Ah!" And people going,
have you heard the
no.
full take?
You are saying?
Like they found the full bit where he's like, okay, how about this one?
Nope.
No, can you a bit more?
A little bit to the left.
I found a video. Let's see if it works.
I don't know. Sitting in that Camaro talking there, there could be big bucket.
I don't like it.
What was that?
I'm not even going to bother.
Was that?
It was just a top 10 Tim Allen grunts.
Okay. Maybe that was just him grunting, going, ugh. I might, next time I get a band that's doing some drops, find a way of hacking their SPD and replace them all with that. Just get that on a USB and slap it in the back of an SPD. So that...
Oh, mate, imagine it. It'd be fucking legendary.
If I ever get a feeling that they're going to be overusing it, I'm going to be replacing them with the Tim Allen.
Yeah, every fifth sub, just dropping a Tim
Allen.
And
any other sample pad with that little flute solo bit before it happens.
Amazing. Right, I'm going to throw overused sub drops in the bin. Listen with a splash. In it goes. 4 for 4. How do you feel?
I feel less challenged than I should have done. I think the beans. You've been very kind to me. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Well, we're coming back. My beans have been brewing and baking away.
I feel like I might have accidentally thrown Liz in the bin.
No, you didn't throw Liz. We threw clapping.
Right, okay.
Clapping
on the
airplane.
Threw Jesus in the bin.
Yeah, I never threw Liz in.
Threw Jesus in the bin.
Threw crab Jesus in.
Like when you remember when John Lennon said that they're bigger than Jesus, we've just thrown Jesus in the sea.
Yeah, but sea bin bigger than sea Jesus, sea crab Jesus.
Mm.
How many members of punk bands do you think could take down Crab Jesus?
As soon as you said that, I just imagined Jim from Pizza Tramp wrestling Crab Jesus.
What, on his own?
Yeah. Because everyone's looking at him going, there he is. Will someone just tell him? Someone tell him, please, just get him away from Crab Jesus. He'll have his arms. You know what I mean? It's just like that. This song's about the time I fought Crab Jesus. Play it fast, man.
Oh, God.
Right.
A combination of that visual and also choking on my own fucking squash has brought me to tears.
Are you okay?
I think I will
be. To call someone help.
Yeah, I'll go ask Shannon to give me the Heimlich manoeuvre in a second. Right. Any shows coming up you want to let people know about?
Oh, do you know what? I'm so ill prepared. You're playing in Europe in September. We are doing. Here we go. Playing in Europe in May. Where's somewhere easy to go? Newcastle on Thursday, the 11th of July. Trillions, because I've never played Trillions, but it's one of those venues that I've been to loads. Oh. And Blackpool the next day with the Zip Heads, and then we're doing a couple of festivals: Beat Herder, Outsider, Boomtown. Oh, I'll actually take that out because I'm not supposed to announce that yet. Bristol, knocking about. There's not a string of gigs. It's just like the odd one peppered around. Yeah.
Nice. If you see Nosebleed coming to a town near you, go see him, because, you know, it's going to be a while before you can see those sweaty mama jammers anytime soon. So go see him. Right, I'm going to go and try and relocate my lungs, because they're like all full of apple and blackcurrant squash. But it's been a fucking wonderful time speaking to you, Ben. Thank you for giving me your time. And I've had a jolly good giggle. And sorry for almost calling you guys paedophiles at the beginning of the show.
You brought it back. People have forgotten about it.
It's not true, peeps. I was just messing. Just kidding. All right. I'm going to stop making jokes about that.
Yeah, please do. Right, you'll find yourself editing this, I think. Is this okay?
Right. It's fine. Everyone knows I'm messing. Okay. Right. You'd hope. Anyway, I'll see you guys.
Right. Stop adding things.
Right. I'll see you guys soon. Go see Nosebleed. Check out We Are Here Fest online. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Later. Hey guys, it's me, Big Tasty. I just wanted to say cheers for listening to this week's episode, and I hope you enjoyed listening to it as much as I enjoyed making it. Now, if you feel so inclined, you should come check out my Patreon page. You can sign up for as little as £1 a month, and you get weekly exclusive video tier lists and monthly mail-outs with things such as stickers and fabric patches, zines and art prints. Hey, and if you can't spare the money right now, I totally understand. No pressure. I'm going to keep making episodes regardless, but if you can support financially, it really helps the show. Just keep moving on. And then another way you can help is just to follow us on stuff like Twitter and Instagram at Seaman Podcast, and share it around to people that you think might like this filthy shit. Anyway, love you guys, appreciate you, and I'll see you next week.